I see tremendous creativity here and a variety of professionals, from web developers to people that mine databases to people that are local transportation officials. And so it's really looking at where those things come together so that we can create better service.
One of the really awesome things about today is you have people from transportation companies, city agencies, being very candid and talking about their issues in a way that maybe they wouldn't if they were up on a stage with like a white tablecloth on the stand and so on. So it's got a kind of immediacy about it that I think is pretty attractive.
I'm researching into modes of informal transportation and ways to formalize them. That is something that is affecting especially developing countries, but also parts of the developed countries. We're talking about footbridges, urban interventions that fit into existing environments.
We plan and design the transit, walking, bicycling modes, and working on integrating the shared use mobility as well with taxis, bike sharing, car sharing, shuttles, etc., etc. A lot of stuff.
We build open source tools, so these tools can be reused, and we actually want them to be reused. That's like fundamental to their future, is that we build a community around them. And they're leveraging open data standards, which are data that's being produced all around the world. Like over 1,000 cities now around the globe are producing data in a format called GTFS, or General Transit Speed Specification, that powers the applications we build.
5 years from now, we'll tell the hiccup story and we'll talk about how transport was one key element. Each component of this actually gets strengthened and amplified by the others. You have better transport, and you have better transport to better medical facilities. You have better transport to work, so more employers come into town and wages go up, and all kinds of great things happen.
The focus of our organization is looking at ways that we can improve connectivity, the ways that we can make sure we invest in our existing infrastructure, and the ways that we can expand commuter rail. We do that by working together as a region and by looking to make the case for transit through the business community and the other people who really need to depend on transit for their survival in Northern Virginia.
Right now, spending a lot of time doing program development, picking out priorities where we see maybe gaps in the field, things are really interesting but there isn't enough demand, and thinking about collaborations and giving people a boost in the field already.
It's up to everyone here to come up with the sessions on the day, talk about them, attract people.
The session is Developing Countries, Triumphs and Follies in Open Transport. And in this session we'll describe some of the World Bank experiences in implementing open transport projects, things that went well and things that we probably could have done a lot better. And then open up the discussion for stories from other people who've tried similar projects.
So I was just in a panel, I think it was called New Urban Mobility Solutions, so it was absolutely perfect for me. And we talked a lot about ride sharing. We had somebody from Sidecar on the panel. We talked about transit, and we talked about sort of the convergence of public and private and how it's complicating things, but it's also making things better. It's keeping government on its toes.
So I went to one of the sessions on diving deeper on technology and public transportation participation, and that one was really about how we can actually engage the public, the community, the elected officials, and the interest groups in better ways using technology, whether it's through crowdsourcing or through developing comment-based apps, and what their role is in the public outreach process.
Days like today are a chance for everybody to get together and kind of share and kind of plan the future of what this community is building together.
We see transit and transportation as just being an instrument to creating better cities, and a day like today brings together all the different people who have different pieces of that puzzle.
I feel that there are so many good ideas, especially ideas from the United States in America, developed here in the continental US, that are to be picked up, that are to be discussed, that are to be challenged. I would say everybody come here and join the family and be part of that experience. It's been superb.
Come because it's really fun, it's exciting, you get to meet a lot of cool people that are doing a lot of cool stuff, and you learn so much. What we do in like the 6 hours here feels like you're 2 weeks worth of learning.
Anybody who cares about mobility should definitely come to Transportation Camp.